energy, and independence after 75 wow, and almost no one is talking about it. Stay with me because what you're about to understand isn't just about protein, it's about how your body actually uses it as you age. As the body grows older, especially after 75, the way it processes nutrients changes significantly, and this is where many people get confused. They assume eating more food automatically means getting more strength, but later you'll see why that assumption often leads to frustration. According to research shared by organizations like the National Institutes of Health and Harvard Health Publishing, aging muscles become less responsive to protein intake, meaning the body does not utilize protein as efficiently as it once did. In simple terms, it's like having a delivery system that slows down. Even if you send enough supplies, not everything reaches the destination properly. This is one reason why seniors may feel weaker despite maintaining similar eating habits. And in a moment, you'll understand why quality and combination of nutrients matter more than quantity alone. Another key factor highlighted by the Mayo Clinic is digestion. As we age, digestive efficiency can decline, meaning the body may struggle to break down and absorb nutrients fully. This is where certain foods, like small, nutrient-dense seeds, can offer an advantage. These seeds often contain not just protein, but also fiber and healthy fats, which work together to support digestion and provide a steadier release of energy. Later you'll see why this combination can feel more effective than relying on a single nutrient source. Fiber, for example, helps maintain gut health, which is increasingly recognized as a central part of overall wellness by institutions like the World Health Organization. A healthier gut can improve how nutrients are absorbed and used, making even small dietary additions more impactful over time. Many people make the mistake of focusing only on high protein foods like meat or supplements, believing that more protein equals more strength. But what to do instead is think about how your body can actually use that protein. Research referenced in PubMed shows that combining protein with other nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids and fiber may support better overall metabolic function. This is where seeds, often overlooked, become interesting because they naturally provide this combination in a compact form. In a moment, you'll understand why this synergy matters more than isolated nutrients, especially for older adults. There is also the factor of appetite. Many seniors naturally eat less due to reduced hunger signals or changes in taste, something documented by the National Health Service. This means every bite needs to count more. Instead of larger portions, the focus shifts toward nutrient density, foods that deliver more benefits in smaller amounts. Seeds fit well into this approach because they can be added easily to meals without increasing portion size significantly. Later you'll see how this simple habit can fit into everyday routines without feeling overwhelming. It's also important to recognize that this is not about replacing traditional foods or relying on a single superfood. Instead, it's about enhancing what you already eat in a balanced and thoughtful way. And of course, this information is for general education only, not a substitute for professional medical advice, so any dietary changes should be discussed with a qualified healthcare provider. In a moment, you'll see how this small shift connects to a bigger picture of daily habits, and later you'll understand why consistency, not perfection, is what truly makes the difference over time. As the body moves beyond the age of 75, it begins to function more like a system that needs fine-tuning rather than just more input. And in a moment, you'll understand why simply increasing food intake doesn't always restore strength or energy. Many older adults notice that even when they continue eating similar meals, their muscles feel weaker or their stamina declines, and later you'll see why this is not just about aging itself, but about how the body processes nutrients differently. According to the Harvard Health Publishing, one key reason is a natural decline in muscle responsiveness to protein, meaning the body requires more strategic nutrition to achieve the same effect it once did with less effort. This idea is supported by findings referenced through the National Institutes of Health, which explain that aging muscles do not absorb amino acids, the building blocks of protein, as efficiently, leading to gradual muscle loss if diet and lifestyle are not adjusted. To understand this better, imagine your muscles as dry soil and protein as water. When the soil is young and healthy, it absorbs water easily, but as it becomes dry and compact over time, the same amount of water no longer penetrates as deeply. In a moment, you'll see why this analogy helps explain why simply eating more protein doesn't automatically rebuild strength. Many people make the mistake of focusing only on increasing portions of meat or protein shakes, assuming that more quantity equals better results. But what to do instead is improve how well the body can use and absorb those nutrients. Research accessible through PubMed highlights that combining protein with other nutrients, such as healthy fats and fiber, may support better metabolic responses, especially in older adults. Later, you'll understand why this combination can make a noticeable difference in how the body feels day to day. Another important factor is digestion, which tends to slow down with age. The Mayo Clinic explains that reduced digestive enzyme activity and changes in gut health can affect how nutrients are broken down and absorbed. This means that even a well-balanced meal might not deliver its full benefit if the digestive system isn't functioning optimally. In a moment, you'll see how certain foods can support this process naturally, and later you'll realize why texture and preparation of food also matter more than most people think. For example, softer, hydrated, or soaked foods are often easier for the body to process compared to dry or dense options, which can place additional strain on digestion. There is also the issue of appetite, which often decreases with age. According to the National Health Service, older adults may experience reduced hunger signals, making it harder to consume enough nutrients throughout the day. This leads many people to unintentionally undereat, especially when meals feel heavy or difficult to digest. The common mistake here is sticking to large, traditional meal patterns that no longer suit the body's needs, but what to do instead is shift towards smaller, nutrient-dense portions that are easier to manage and more effective overall. Later, you'll see how this simple adjustment can help maintain energy without overwhelming the digestive system. All of these changes, reduced absorption, slower digestion, and lower appetite work together, which is why a single approach rarely solves the problem. Instead, the focus needs to shift towards smarter combinations of foods and supportive daily habits. In a moment, you'll discover how one simple, often overlooked food fits perfectly into this new way of thinking, and later you'll understand why consistency with these small adjustments can have a greater impact than any drastic change. The seed being discussed here is chia seed, a small but nutrient-dense food that has gained attention for its balanced nutritional profile, and in a moment you'll understand why its value goes beyond just being labeled as high in protein. While many foods are praised for a single nutrient, chia seeds stand out because they combine plant-based protein, dietary fiber, and healthy fats in one compact source, and later you'll see why this combination is especially useful for individuals over 75. According to information available through Harvard Health Publishing, foods that provide multiple supportive nutrients together may help the body utilize them more efficiently rather than relying on isolated nutrients alone. This becomes important with aging as the body's ability to process and absorb nutrients becomes less efficient, meaning synergy between nutrients can play a supportive role in overall wellness. Chia seeds are particularly noted for containing omega-3 fatty acids, which have been studied for their role in supporting heart and metabolic health, as referenced by the National Institutes of Health. In addition, their fiber content is significantly higher than many common foods, which can help support digestive function. The World Health Organization emphasizes the importance of adequate fiber intake for maintaining gut health, which is increasingly recognized as a key factor in how nutrients are absorbed and utilized. In a moment, you'll understand why digestion plays such a central role in how effective any food can be, and later you'll see how simple preparation methods can enhance these benefits further. One of the most unique characteristics of chia seeds is their ability to absorb liquid and form a gel-like consistency. This physical change is not just interesting, it can make them easier to consume and digest, particularly for older adults who may struggle with harder or drier foods. The Mayo Clinic highlights that softer, well-hydrated foods can be gentler on the digestive system, which may help improve comfort and nutrient absorption. Many people make the mistake of consuming seeds in their dry form, assuming it makes no difference. But what to do instead is soak them in water, milk, or mix them into foods like yogurt so they expand and become easier for the body to process. Later you'll see why this simple step can change how your body responds to them entirely. Another common misunderstanding is the idea that one food can replace all others, but chia seeds are most effective when used as part of a balanced approach. Research indexed through PubMed often points toward dietary patterns rather than single foods as being more impactful for long-term health. This means that while chia seeds can be a valuable addition, they work best alongside other nutrient-rich foods, regular movement, and proper hydration. In a moment, you'll see how these elements come together in daily life, and later you'll understand why consistency with small habits tends to be more beneficial than relying on any single superfood. Incorporating chia seeds into daily life is less about complex recipes and more about building small, consistent habits that align with how the body functions after 75. And in a moment, you'll understand why simplicity often leads to better long-term results. Many people assume they can just sprinkle chia seeds onto food and immediately gain benefits, but later you'll see why preparation plays a critical role in how the body responds. One of the most important steps is hydration. Chia seeds absorb liquid and expand into a gel-like form, which not only changes their texture, but also makes them easier to digest. According to guidance discussed by the Mayo Clinic, properly hydrated foods can be gentler on the digestive system, especially for older adults who may experience slower digestion or sensitivity to dry, dense foods. This means soaking chia seeds in water, milk, or mixing them into yogurt before consuming them may help improve comfort and absorption. And in a moment, you'll see why this small adjustment can make a noticeable difference. Another factor to consider is how chia seeds are combined with other foods. Rather than treating them as a standalone solution, it is more effective to integrate them into balanced meals that include a variety of nutrients. The Harvard Health Publishing emphasizes that overall dietary patterns, rather than individual foods, play a more significant role in supporting health as we age. For example, pairing chia seeds with foods that provide protein, healthy fats, and vitamins can create a more supportive nutritional environment. Later you'll understand why this combination can enhance how the body uses these nutrients compared to consuming them in isolation. A common mistake people make is relying too heavily on one healthy food while neglecting the rest of their diet. But what to do instead is view chia seeds as a complement to an already balanced routine. Consistency is another key element that is often overlooked. Many individuals try a new food for a few days and expect immediate changes, but sustainable benefits typically come from regular, long-term habits. Research available through PubMed often highlights the importance of consistent dietary patterns in supporting overall wellness rather than short-term interventions. In a moment, you'll see why this steady approach is especially important for older adults, and later you'll realize how small daily actions can build over time. Instead of making drastic changes, gradually incorporating chia seeds into familiar meals, such as breakfast or snacks, can make the habit easier to maintain without feeling overwhelming. Hydration also plays a significant role in how effective these dietary changes can be. The World Health Organization notes that adequate fluid intake is essential for digestion, nutrient transport, and overall bodily function. Since chia seeds absorb water, consuming them without sufficient fluids may not provide the same level of benefit and could even feel uncomfortable for some individuals. This is why pairing them with adequate hydration is important, and in a moment you'll understand how this supports the body's natural processes. Finally, it is important to recognize that adding chia seeds is just one part of a broader lifestyle approach. Physical activity, even in gentle forms like walking or stretching, helps signal the body to use nutrients effectively, something supported by insights from the Cleveland Clinic. Many people overlook this connection and focus only on diet, but what to do instead is combine nutrition with movement and overall routine. Later, you'll see how these elements work together to support strength and energy, showing that it's not just about what you eat, but how your entire daily pattern supports your body. Maintaining strength and energy after the age of 75 is not just about adding one nutritious food like chia seeds. It's about creating a daily routine that allows your body to actually use those nutrients effectively. And in a moment, you'll understand why lifestyle habits can amplify or limit the benefits of even the healthiest diet. Many older adults focus heavily on what they eat, but overlook how their daily behaviors influence nutrient absorption and muscle maintenance. And later, you'll see why this connection is essential. According to the Mayo Clinic, healthy aging depends on a combination of balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, adequate sleep, and stress management rather than any single factor alone. This means that even if someone includes nutrient-rich foods like chia seeds in their meals, the overall impact may remain limited if other areas of their lifestyle are not supportive. One of the most important components of this routine is movement. As we age, muscles require regular stimulation to maintain their strength, and without it, they gradually weaken regardless of protein intake. The Cleveland Clinic explains that even light physical activities such as walking, gentle stretching, or low impact resistance exercises can help signal the body to preserve muscle tissue. In simple terms, movement acts like a switch that tells your body to use the nutrients you consume to maintain strength rather than letting them go underutilized. In a moment, you'll see how this ties directly into how your body processes protein, and later you'll understand why consistency in movement matters more than intensity. A common mistake many people make is believing that exercise needs to be strenuous to be effective, but what to do instead is focus on regular, manageable activity that fits comfortably into daily life. Sleep is another critical yet often underestimated factor. Poor sleep can interfere with the body's ability to repair and regenerate tissues, including muscle. According to insights from the National Institutes of Health, sleep plays a key role in metabolic processes and recovery, which directly affects how nutrients are utilized. Many older adults experience changes in sleep patterns, but may not realize how this impacts their overall energy and strength. Later, you'll see why improving sleep quality can enhance the effectiveness of dietary choices, and in a moment you'll understand how simple adjustments, like maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, can make a difference over time. Stress management also plays a subtle but important role in supporting overall health. Chronic stress can influence hormonal balance, which in turn affects energy levels, appetite, and even digestion. The World Health Organization highlights the importance of managing stress for maintaining overall well-being, particularly in older populations. Activities such as relaxation techniques, social interaction, or spending time outdoors can help create a more balanced internal environment, allowing the body to function more efficiently. A common mistake is ignoring stress because it doesn't feel as tangible as diet or exercise, but what to do instead is recognize it as an integral part of a healthy routine. Finally, hydration connects all these elements together. Water is essential for transporting nutrients, supporting digestion, and maintaining overall bodily function. Without adequate hydration, even the most carefully planned diet may not deliver its full benefits. In a moment, you'll see how all these habits, nutrition, movement, sleep, and stress management work together as a system, and later you'll understand why focusing on this bigger picture creates a stronger foundation for maintaining independence and vitality over time. The most important idea to understand is that no single food, including something as nutrient-dense as chia seeds, works in isolation. Real, lasting support for strength and energy after 75 comes from how small daily habits combine over time. And in a moment, you'll see why this broader perspective matters more than any individual ingredient. Many people are drawn to the idea of a superfood because it feels simple and promising, but later you'll realize that the human body doesn't respond to one isolated change, it responds to patterns. According to the Harvard Health Publishing, long-term health outcomes are strongly influenced by overall lifestyle patterns rather than single dietary components. This means that while chia seeds can contribute valuable nutrients, their real benefit emerges when they are part of a balanced, consistent routine that includes proper nutrition, movement, rest, and hydration. One of the key reasons this matters is because aging affects multiple systems at once. The digestive system may absorb nutrients less efficiently, muscles may respond more slowly to protein, and metabolism may shift in subtle ways. Research discussed by the National Institutes of Health highlights that these combined changes require a more integrated approach to health rather than focusing on a single solution. In simple terms, it's like maintaining a garden, watering one plant while ignoring the soil, sunlight, and overall environment will not produce strong growth. In a moment, you'll understand how this analogy applies directly to your daily routine, and later you'll see why consistency becomes the most powerful tool you have. Another important point is personalization. Every individual has unique needs based on their medical history, lifestyle, and current health status. This is why general information, including the role of chia seeds or any other food, should always be adapted with the guidance of a qualified healthcare professional. The Mayo Clinic emphasizes that older adults often have specific nutritional and medical considerations that require individualized care. This is especially important for those managing conditions or taking medications, as dietary changes may interact with these factors. Later you'll see why this step is often overlooked but can make a significant difference in safety and effectiveness. And in a moment you'll understand how to approach changes in a cautious and informed way. A common mistake many people make is expecting quick or dramatic results from a single change. This expectation can lead to disappointment and inconsistency, which ultimately limits progress. Research available through PubMed often supports the idea that gradual, sustained lifestyle changes are more effective for long-term health than short-term interventions. Instead of looking for immediate outcomes, what to do instead is focus on building habits that can be maintained over weeks, months, and years. For example, consistently adding a small amount of nutrient-dense foods like chia seeds to meals staying physically active in a manageable way, and maintaining regular sleep patterns can collectively support overall well-being. In a moment, you'll see how these habits reinforce each other, and later you'll understand why even small efforts can accumulate into meaningful benefits. Hydration is another essential factor that connects all aspects of this routine. The World Health Organization notes that adequate fluid intake is critical for supporting digestion, circulation, and nutrient transport. Without enough water, the body may struggle to utilize nutrients effectively, regardless of how healthy the diet is. This becomes particularly relevant when consuming foods like chia seeds, which absorb liquid and rely on proper hydration to be processed comfortably. Many people underestimate the importance of water, focusing instead on food alone. But what to do instead is view hydration as a foundation that supports every other aspect of health. Later you'll see how this simple habit can enhance the effectiveness of your overall routine. Movement also plays a central role in how the body uses nutrients. Without regular physical activity, muscles receive fewer signals to maintain their strength, which can reduce the impact of dietary protein. The Cleveland Clinic explains that even light activities such as walking or gentle resistance exercises can help support muscle function in older adults. This does not mean engaging in intense workouts. Rather, it involves staying consistently active in ways that are safe and appropriate. In a moment, you'll understand how movement and nutrition work together, and later you'll see why neglecting one can limit the benefits of the other. Sleep and recovery are equally important, but often overlooked. The body performs many of its repair processes during rest, and inadequate sleep can interfere with these functions. According to the National Institutes of Health, sleep is closely linked to metabolic health, cognitive function, and overall physical recovery. Many older adults experience changes in sleep patterns, but addressing these changes can improve how the body responds to nutrition and daily activity. A common mistake is ignoring sleep quality while focusing only on diet, but what to do instead is prioritize consistent, restful sleep as part of a comprehensive approach to health. Later, you'll see how improving sleep can enhance energy levels and overall well-being. Stress management is another factor that influences the body in subtle but meaningful ways. Chronic stress can affect hormones that regulate appetite, digestion, and energy levels. The World Health Organization highlights that managing stress is an important part of maintaining overall health, particularly in older populations. Activities such as relaxation techniques, social engagement, and spending time in calming environments can help create a more balanced internal state. In a moment, you'll understand how reducing stress supports the body's ability to use nutrients effectively, and later you'll see why this aspect of health is often underestimated. Ultimately, the value of adding chia seeds or any nutrient-rich food lies not in the food itself, but in how it fits into a consistent and balanced lifestyle. This information is intended for general educational purposes and should not replace professional medical advice. Consulting with a healthcare provider ensures that any changes are safe and appropriate for your